and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Flowers for the Ukraine, coming to you live from Boca Raton, Florida, is the Brooklyn Cafe TV show.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the AMP Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Beautiful here, not so much up north. Did you like that open?
I like that open. I like having Mr. OMG back in the house of OMG Flower Boutique. We've got Andres Hinestroza joining us today, all about Ukraine, paying tribute to the Ukraine.
That's right. We got our flags up. We're praying for peace behind us. I got my Brooklyn Cafe coffee in my mug.
I like it a lot.
My brother says, what's up?
What's
up, brother? We're looking for 12,000 followers. We're doing the IG platform because Dawn was smart enough to combine this platform on our IG that we've had for 5 years, 4 years?
Patient enough.
I don't know.
So good morning, everyone, on WNN. Good morning, as they say, to Mr. Radio. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just wonderful. Hope you guys are doing well as well.
And when we see you at night, I'm going to say good morning. You know, I walk into the radio station no matter what time, and I say good morning to everyone.
That wasn't him last night.
It was not him?
No.
Who was that?
That's the new IT guy to WNN Radio, which has a new buyer, new owner, new everything. She's talking to the guy like she knows
I thought it was you, Ryan, last night, and I'm thinking, don't you go home? Only we work these crazy hours.
Ryan.
It was the new guy.
Yes, he's the new IT guy.
Ah, very nice.
I think his name is Chuck, believe it or not.
Of course
But
it
it's
is.
not Ryan, and she's talking to him, and the guy's walking by her like...
He's just walking past me.
And I didn't say nothing.
Thank you very much for
I
playing.
wanted to
Thank you so much.
see how long this will go on for. But that guy is the new tech. You saw Steph was there. He's a new engineer. They're changing things over to make it foolproof.
So it is no longer Beasley. It is now Marco Broadcasting.
Marco
that we are
broadcasts
part
on
of.
WNN, the Talk of South Florida. And he says he's going to let me use the talk.
All right, let's do it. 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and 1470 AM. So good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hard to believe we are approaching the middle of April. We've got a big week lined up tomorrow. We are actually heading over to Space of Mind, and we're going to be judging their Shark Tank of all the kids' projects.
Do I have to bring a mask and a
You don't have to
flippers
bring a
and
mask, but you might need to bring your checkbook.
Why?
Because if you are so inclined to invest in any of these productions,
I don't have that kind of checkbook.
and any of these student projects,
I got a
you may
checkbook
want
with
to,
no checks.
You may want to invest in it.
You don't let me have checks.
I know. I'll come
I'll
with
bring
you.
the
but I
pen
got- you bring
to
the
hand
pen.
it to you.
You bring the pen. I'll bring the checks.
So
but
you can invest in projects.
we can invest in projects, and they've got a couple of kids that are working in the entertainment industry, so they want us to be part of the judging process. So there are 50 projects that we get to see.
50 projects.
And witness tomorrow afternoon. So you're going to see us coming live to you from Space of Mind. Cameras are coming with us. And on Friday, we're going to be down at Doral Resort. We're talking stem cells, anti-aging, gut health, microbiomes, everything in the anti-aging platform, supplements, and how you can be proactive and get your health in gear instead of reactive on the other side. So a lot of great things.
It may be Saturday too. We'll see. We have to be determined. We'll find
Live
out
on
tomorrow.
remote. So it's been a really busy week. So it's going to be a jam-packed show today because it's really the last day this week that we are in studio.
Okay, now I got my good friend over there, which we're going to flip to camera 3, and I asked him if he would do a flower arrangement on set, which I am going to put up for sale on set.
Wow.
So if you want to buy this flower arrangement, we'll talk to the man, the myth, the legend over there, and we'll work something out. So if you call, what's the phone number?
888-565-1470, live on the radio. We've got OMG Flower Boutique joining us.
And the proceeds, unless you have another cause, I'd like to send it to the Red Cross to help out
Whatever you guys want to do.
help out people in the
It's a
Ukraine.
donation from my part, you guys.
Well, I think that this is a nice throwback. I was trying to figure out what I could do to make this a little bit better, because I mean, how much can we actually do, right? And with your help, we're going to be doing
I
this.
disagree. I think we can do a lot. I think the more awareness everyone brings in the power of energy and collective healing. But once those pictures got out, it has changed the game.
The game has changed.
I don't understand, though. Here's what I don't understand. Why are we suddenly surprised of the atrocities?
It isn't surprise. You know, you ever take a knife and hit it on your hand, and your mom and dad say, "You do that, you're going to cut yourself." No, I'm not. No, and then you cut yourself, and you start bleeding all over the place, and you realize you have a problem. We didn't want to. We were in denial. We did not want to think that Putin would do something like this.
Yeah, but once he moved in his tanks, and once all the forces moved in, and Ukraine was fighting for their lives, what did they think the streets were going to look like? They thought maybe they would be kind and not do execution style? That's what I don't understand. Why did we have to see the pictures to believe it instead of believing what we know is happening before we see it?
Well,
That's what I don't
and
understand.
I don't even want to throw any rain on this parade, but the biggest problem is you have a madman in charge of nuclear weapons, and there is the problem. And nobody wants to have this conversation, but this conversation is going to be had, because no matter what happens now, what do you do with this madman? What do you do? What do you do? You know, the Bible called about destruction in that region of the earth, and I don't want to get biblical on you, but let's just stick to the powers that be, because I really don't want to think about that right now.
Absolutely.
All right, so the man, the myth, the legend is in the house. We're going to put something together, have a camera on you while we're doing it.
Sounds good. You let me know when you want me to start.
But before we get there, tell us about, because we haven't seen you in close to 8 months, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's been that long, but definitely
It's been a very long time.
4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. We're busy. So far, we got 41 weddings this year and counting. We're very busy, extremely blessed. But yes, looking for more.
And you were telling me before we get on the air how you actually are inviting companies, because they're coming to you, restaurants, companies, like an arrangement at the door, on the tables and stuff. Tell us a little bit more about
We
this.
offer weekly
picture, right?
arrangements for your home and business, whether it's a restaurant or an office or your house. We do weekly deliveries. You know, it makes the house looks prettier, the office looks better, and yeah, that's one of the things that we're pushing right now. So give us a call, 561-806-5818, and we will be happy to assist you.
And it's interesting because flowers always change the rhythm of anything you do. There's no doubt about it. Flowers are living creatures, and they change everything. And if you are coming out of doomsday, which was the darkness, and you're opening up restaurants and everything else, it's the little things that make a difference.
Right, when you walk home or you walk into your place of business and you see the flowers. I know the local grocery stores, they were selling sunflowers, and all the proceeds were going back to the Ukraine and to help.
So you'll see that change that you're referring to today. When we're done, we're gonna put the arrangement in the middle of the table in between you guys, and it's gonna change the whole setting of the place. It's gonna make.
I love when
that
he
much
does
better.
that.
I know, we've
I
had
know
it
what he does.
before and we've had an after. All right, we're going to start doing this.
All right, sounds good. I get to work.
It's always the beauty of the work of OMGs. You can contact him at 561-504-5084.
That's my cell phone. You can also call this store at 561-806-5818. Or you could follow us on Instagram or Facebook at OMG Flower Boutique. Or if you want to send us an email, omgflowerboutique@gmail.com.
You've been doing a lot of weddings. I know you've got more and more coming up.
41
Congratulations.
coming up, yeah.
41 weddings.
That's like a.
And that's
like
nothing in the
that's-
scale of things, but it's only
That's a
March.
lot.
It's only March, right? So yeah, I only been in the look. I've been doing flowers for about 12 to 15 years, but I had the store for the last 5 years, and every year we're growing, and getting bigger and bigger. So
Well, the amazing thing is that you got help now. You got full-time workers. They
Oh, yeah,
stay. They
absolutely.
don't go.
Yeah.
That's a miracle in itself. They're staying with you. You're growing, and growing, which
you know
is
what?
nice.
It's a nice place to work. We all get along. It's a nice atmosphere, you know. And you're working with flowers. Doesn't get better than that, right? So yeah, I'm happy. I got great help. I couldn't do it without these girls. I'm telling you, they're everything. So as we grow, keep hiring more people.
Love is in the air.
Yeah.
All these weddings,
All
and
these different platforms.
everything is great. What are we putting in the flower bouquet today?
So today I'm gonna be using, as far as the flowers go, it will be blue roses, blue dendrobium orchids, white hydrangeas, yellow cymbidium orchids, and yellow Gerber daisies. And then of course I'm gonna be using some greenery like tie leaf, robellini palms, and Israeli roscus.
Wow.
And again, if you want to buy this arrangement or make a donation, it's going to go to the Red Cross. It's open. The phone number is? Because I always give the wrong number.
The radio station or the Red
Yeah,
Cross?
radio station.
888-565-1470.
Well, you're gonna call the Red Cross?
I was thinking you wanted the Red Cross's phone number.
We're
I'm
gonna call
thinking,
them
where
that?
in my
No, we're
brain
gonna-
banks do I
we're
have
gonna
the phone
send them
number?
the money.
We're going to send them the money.
888-565-1470. You can call when he finishes the arrangement. It will be popping in as he does it. And what I always like about watching him work is that I end up not thinking about nothing. I just watch him do what he does. I mean, it's like magical stuff.
Right? And they're always big and beautiful. And my mother-in-law wanted to send a special arrangement to her cousin, and she said, do they do orchids?
Oh yeah.
Did you remember that? Did you? And you got that phone call. And she calls him every time she needs to send flowers someplace. And I said, as a matter of fact, they do beautiful orchids. Oh my gosh, OMG. They loved the bouquet that you sent.
They do nice work.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
All
so
right.
while he's creating, you want to head over and talk to Christine?
Yes, this is an old friend, new friend turned new friend again because she has a whole new deal that she's working with.
She is Kiefer Insurance Group. And Slick, maybe we can show Bree how we can do a picture-in-picture so we can keep Andres up so we can watch the creation at the same time. Or a three-shot even, we can do that. Kiefer Insurance Group, it's been even longer since we've seen you.
I know, it has been a while. It's been a crazy, I'm Christine Kiefer, hi guys, I'm CEO of Kiefer Insurance Group. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I think as a collective, the past 2 years has been intense for everyone. But, when the pandemic happened, before pre-pandemic, I was a personal trainer. I still love that. I've been that for 28, 29 years. It's my passion. But when the pandemic happened, I was already kind of at a crossroads going through a lot of things, so I thought I cannot sit here stagnant. I wanted to do something that I could do home, but still have a reach and help people. Well, which one of the things that's one of our biggest obstacles in this country facing today is health insurance and healthcare. So I just started studying health insurance. I had an
Is the guest
opportunity.
mic on?
So I went in, I started with US Health Advisors, which I got.
Is your mic on? Do you see a green button? A green light on your mic? Okay,
CA bus open?
okay.
So
Just making sure the technical is
Okay.
good.
Keep going.
So
There we go.
I learned a lot there. However, I was what was called a captive agent. Okay. And even though I had never done anything like that before, they did teach me a lot. But while they had a good product, it still wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And I still couldn't get a lot done. Then I went, my daughter got very sick last year. So in January, I was really facing a lot of things trying to help her. I had to Baker Act her. She wound up in hospital for 6 months. It was crazy. During that time, in the very beginning of it, as a matter of fact, the same day I was getting her into the hospital, another broker reached out to me and he said, I know you work with U.S. Health Advisors. However, we have something a little bit more unique and you would be more of an independent and become a broker on your own. So I looked into what the option was, and the main product that I do write is with Philadelphia American Life, New Era Life. But they taught me so much and opened my eyes. So now I've learned that there's a whole grassroots movement in this country for private health insurance. And, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, has its place in certain scenarios. However, what it has done is created a landscape of fraud, misuse, and abuse. The Affordable Care Act, honestly, before it even came to fruition, was really high-risk health insurance, and every state had it for people that really needed it. And if somebody's eligible for a subsidy from the government, there was always that option available for them too. If you have a lot of pre-existing conditions going on, you're using your insurance more, that option was always available. Why the government stepped in, I guess they thought they were helping, but they really created more of a problem, to
Well,
be
I
honest.
think from what I remember, it was to make insurance affordable.
Yeah, but for who?
For those people that
Who can't
needed
get it.
insurance, who could not,
Preconditions.
who could not afford
And lower end,
insurance,
yes.
correct. So in an effort to give everyone benefits of health insurance, because healthcare can be catastrophic as far as costs and hospitalization and surgeries, they wanted to give people an option. And then it wasn't always so great for the providers, because you might have paid less. This is my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. It was less for the patients to buy the insurance on the ACA, but the providers were getting less. So the providers were opting out at a certain point on the ACA.
Well, what happened was everybody got on the ACA. They thought, okay, this is a great platform and everybody can get health insurance. What happened was, yes, the providers were there. Now you have people that had a lot of, you have healthy people that got on there and they're paying their health insurance and staying with it. They're hardly using it. Now you got people that really still couldn't afford it, jumped on there. They have a lot of health issues. They're getting a lot of things done. So now you have all the healthy people paying for the people that don't, and they would go on, get the services done that they need, and then go off. Now, an insurance company, if you're not paying premiums for a period of time, they lose money. So it benefits you to stay with them, and it benefits the health insurance company, the providers. So the providers had to jump off. So now you wound up with less options, and now they tried to do something where they've added in those subsidies, they've added in, they've added in co-insurance, and they've added in those deductibles. Well, your deductible, you might be eligible for zero premium. Your deductible can be $85.50 plus up to a 50% on your co-insurance. When you see in that, I deep dive a little deeper. They make it look so good on like Health Sherpa or on healthcare.gov, and this is what it is, and your out-of-pocket max is $85.50. That's not true. It's actually just making it look good. When you go behind the scenes and see what's really going on and go line by line on what your options are and what it's really covering, you could be on the hook. Say, for instance, I have a family of 4. They were eligible for a full subsidy. This man only makes $60,000. That they're doing okay, but one event is going to destroy that. They're going to destroy that family, and he was a high risk type of person. $85.50. They had to meet $27,000 in deductibles for the year before it even covers a doctor's visit, plus 50% on the co-insurance.
It's funny because from what I understand, millennials who weren't going to use the plan was the ones that were signed up so that they could pay for those that were. That was the first thing that I was informed.
100%.
The second thing is, as you saw yesterday, Biden's ratings right now is so in the toilet that he came up with this idea to bring Obama yesterday back to talk about the Obamacare. And he even made a joke about it. He called Biden vice president because he thought it was kind of funny. And they used it politically to try to influence people to buy in and stay in, and they threatened how many millions of people would not have it if they got rid of it, which again isn't true, because you pay $1, you're gonna get 50 cents worth of service. Maybe, but you're still gonna pay the $1. And I understand the philosophy behind it, but in our economy, it ain't gonna work because you're gonna suffer getting bad stuff
People
back.
would rather take the chance of, let's
You
see
got
what
cancer,
happens.
they give you an aspirin. I mean, it really comes down to lack of coverage, and it hurts us, our industry, with all the pharmaceuticals and everything else. I mean, the number, I think 2 in the world or whatever, have to rely on a made-up plan, which is really a political-based plan. Okay, and I get it. Look, everything's fair in war and love, right? And they put this thing out there so that you can buy something because they'll tell you at least you're getting something. Well, what kind of something?
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to see what alternatives that we have that Kiefer Insurance Groups offer.
You see the
can
flowers?
see the flowers. Andres, oh my, he has not even put the flowers in, and it's spectacular. He's just done the greenery. So check us out on
I
our
won't even buy
live
that.
stream. Check us out on our IG. You want to buy it?
I want to buy the greens.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, more with OMG and Kiefer Insurance Group. We'll be right back.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie. and a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Cool, calm, collected. Needing a drink to end a long day, or maybe to start your vacation right? Gubba Rum is here to let you kick back and do just that. Inspired by a technique that dates back to the 1800s, these artisanal, organic, and naturally infused rums are made from pure cane and the finest fruits, spices, and herbs the world has to offer. Gubba Silver is infused with naturally shredded coconut, and Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla bean. Simply shake and enjoy. Visit gubbarum.com to find the nearest location to buy or enjoy. All establishments have personally reviewed and enjoyed firsthand the wicked smoothness of Gubba Rum. 35% ABV and 70 proof. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hillary Taylor at drthc.net. I have my doctorate in clinical psychology and now practice as a certified life coach. At Dr. Taylor's Holistic Community, we will work together using a holistic approach to improve and maintain your wellness and take the first steps towards creating the life that you want, need, and deserve. Call me today at 1-833-552-4442 and remember drthc.net.
Planning for the future should not be painful and needs to be discussed. From health, family, finances, allow qualified professionals to aid in your planning. Luhu Advisors have been serving South Florida for over 30 years. A licensed real estate broker, insurance agent, assisted living administrator, and certified senior advisor, Paul Solomon is the most qualified and well-rounded advisor for any task. Specializing in real estate, long-term care, life insurance and annuities, Social Security, government benefits, and senior housing. Luhu Advisors. Let us help you.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I feel like an altar boy.
And the bells are ringing.
And we're back.
And we're back on
Mr.
this.
Radio, you hear us?
Yes.
Has the phone rang?
No.
What's the phone number?
888-565-1470.
That's because they haven't seen you.
All right, let's go back over to camera 3. Let's take a look at these beautiful flowers that OMG is working on.
OMG. Oh, my God.
Look at those. Those blue roses are gorgeous.
I don't know where this guy gets his flowers, but holy smokes.
Wow.
All right, so we're talking about you opened up your own business.
Yes.
Women, and we talk about this all the time.
We talk about women-owned. You saw the commercial, right? It's all about having the power to own who you are as a woman in business or a woman in general.
Absolutely, and I think more than ever that's very needed. Where, the feminine and the masculine energy on this planet right now is very off. and it needs to come back. There's too much masculinity going on, and it's not a good thing, obviously.
Well, you were in the health profession.
I still am.
And you still are. And that business is mostly men-generated, no?
It used to be, but I think it's shifted a lot. You know, a lot of female energy has come into that, but it's women standing up into their power and not, you know, becoming strong, becoming empowered in a lot of ways. You know, fitness to me always was empowering for me. It pulled me through some of the hardest things in my life, especially as a single parent, you know. And I was a single mother for a long time and a single woman working in the world. And whenever I would go into the gym and get my workout done, no matter what I was going through, I was empowered and ready to face whatever challenge I might have been facing. So I always wanted to give that to other people. Plus, getting to the root of people, like you talk about, you know, anti-aging or helping people get healthy and being proactive to that before you're reactive is the most important thing that you could possibly do. Your health is your wealth. If you don't have that, you have nothing. I don't care how much money you think you have in the bank or assets. If you don't have your health, you really have nothing. And if you're depending on the government or if you're depending on someone else to take care of that for you, or a prescription medication, or, you know, you think that's a magic answer, it's not. So that was
here's
always
the
my
crazy thing, because we know insurance covers most doctor's visits, office visits, medications, Medicare, hospitalizations, right? This is the reactive side of medicine. When you're looking at the proactive, which is what we get to do on Friday,
Right.
different supplements, growth hormones, different HRT, hormone replacement therapy, that is not overall covered by
Never.
insurance.
No.
So what do? We go about our lives, we eat what we eat, we go to the doctors, we get a pill because we don't feel well, and that pill makes us not feel well. So we get another pill.
Exactly.
And you may get another pill. But wait, that's all covered by your insurance, or maybe you have a $5 copay. So you can get all these medications, but you can't get healthy with supplements unless you can afford it. So again, it's this great divide between the haves that can afford a healthy lifestyle and those that can't. You and I get to see the other side of this on Friday.
So you're telling me you take a pill and then you need a pill to counteract that pill.
Well, you take a pill because maybe you're in pain,
Right.
but that pain pill makes you nauseous.
So you got to take an
So then you
anti-nauseous
need a nausea pill. But now
and then you
you're,
have to take another pill
but now
for that
you're
nauseous pill.
constipated because you're on a pain pill and
Oh.
an anti-nausea
And
pill.
now you're constipated.
So now you take a third
I'd
pill,
rather
right?
just be with the pill, with the pain.
But this is unfortunately what happens in medicine, and a lot of these pills are covered by your insurance, and a lot of our seniors are the ones that fall into the senior trap because they don't feel well, and they go to the doctor, and the doctor gives them a pill, and then they go to their cardiologist, and the cardiologist doesn't know what the general practitioner, and they have more pills. Ever think back to your parents, how many pills they had?
Yes, my mother used to go to a pill doctor, and she took me, and he ruined me with tetracycline. Ruined me.
Yes.
But that's what they did in the day.
Yes.
So it's the other side of what you do is really interesting. If we could actually find a way for people to afford healthy living and healthy supplements, but that's a whole other side
If
of
they
it.
have the right health insurance, you can get those things covered.
Can you help with that?
I can.
You see, what I like about it is combining the health and the insurance aspect
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
What I do, honestly, is I have a product that is so different than anything that's out there, and it is private, it is underwritten, so you get paid back for being healthy, for being healthier. Everybody has something. You might have some blood pressure, you might have some, high cholesterol, you might have certain things, everybody has something pre-existing. The ACA is scaring people. If you have pre-existing, you can't get private health insurance. That's not true. Everybody has something pre-existing.
Is it
There's ways
affordable?
around that. Very affordable.
Now we can get it, but can you get it if you're, say, this young man over here, he's not married, he doesn't have a full-time job, he's a student. Can he afford single insurance and good insurance?
For
through you?
him, on an ACA plan, he's going to be paying well over $300 a month. Plus, he's going to have his deductibles, his co-insurance, and copays. What I have would probably be under $200, no copay, no co-insurance, no deductible. It's a national PPO, 22 doctor's visits that you can use any way that you want to use them. and it's going to pay you back. So we're going to pay a defined benefit. You know exactly what's going on. We're on a PPO network. We have the largest PPO network in the country. That offers a discount all in itself. So if you are on an ACA plan, you're on a Florida Blue ACA plan, you leave the state of Florida to go on vacation, you wind up in trouble in a hospital, you have no coverage. If you're on my plan, you have coverage.
And
So
this
You
is
could go
throughout
anywhere
the
you
whole
want.
country.
That's my question. Anywhere in the
the whole
country, not just Florida.
Yes,
Wow.
anywhere you travel.
Now, how I got a question. How in
You
the
can
world
use 6 of them for spinal manipulation.
Well,
I
what
have
is-
urgent care
How's
mixed
this
in there.
planet going to sustain itself? Is my question.
Because we write healthier people. We don't have the risk pool like the ACA writes anybody and everybody. We don't do that. We do go through an underwriting process. There are certain, you can't be a rodeo rider. You can't be a professional athlete. You can't be somebody that's in a more high risk situation. So we keep our risk pool down. So we're able to write that population that they don't need to use that much insurance, or they want to use it for the things that they want to use it. If you're getting hormone replacement therapy, you're going to that doctor. Okay, the doctor's office might not take the insurance from there, but what you can do is just have them fill out your little form, take your receipt, submit it to the insurance company, and we're going to pay you back on that because it's considered a doctor's visit.
So
That's
that you're,
tremendous.
if you keep yourself healthy, you're going to get reimbursed.
Absolutely.
The-
Also, if you wind up with a stroke, heart attack, cancer, my plan, I can pay you. We're going to pay you a lump sum benefit check of $30,000 to $50,000 in your pocket. Not to mention your medical bills getting covered. I had a woman. She's 63 years old. She went through cancer last year. She was here in Florida. She wanted to go to Mount Sinai up in New York with the doctor that she wanted to have that surgery. She was able to go and do that. She stayed up there for a period of time. She got a lump sum check of $30,000 before she even went into the hospital and had that surgery done. We have a patient advocate that's free of charge for our clients that also stepped in and kept the hospital honest because they tried to charge her and charge the insurance company, which there's a lot of fraud of that going on. They stepped in. They told them what they were doing was fraudulent. They were trying to abuse my client, but we made sure that she didn't. She came out of pocket with zero and walked away with $30,000 and is now cancer-free.
Did you create this plan, or has this
No.
plan's been around?
It's been around.
So nobody knows about this.
Yes. I'm trying to get people, we really need a voice. If anybody can follow anybody, Dr. Marty McCary. I have a book that every American should read, The Price We Pay. This blows the lid off of every single thing that's going on in this country, and everybody should read it. We as a consumer and as a collective need to become more educated. Healthcare is negotiable. Healthcare is shoppable. Most hospitals are a nonprofit. So if you have somebody that really can't afford their health insurance, you have the right to care. And then there's programs out there. Those hospitals are given money by the government that
Wow.
can pay, that can take care of those things. So people don't know about this. There's so many resources that I can give people. And even if you're on certain plans, there's so many medications that really aren't covered. Even Medicare, a lot of our seniors, my father and my mother-in-law both have COPD. They came from that generation that smoked cigarettes. They're healthy in every other way. They get that Trilogy, I can't pronounce it. I'm terrible with medications. Trilogy inhaler. And with their copay and Medicare, and they have like really supplements, they have really great coverage. It's like $500 a month. Manufacturers give away a lot of medications. So guess what? You can go into the manufacturer, where I know where to look. Not everybody knows this. Apply for those programs. Now they're getting it for like $5 a month, or
Wow.
almost nothing.
Same medication.
Same medication. I also have another resource. If you are uninsured or you have an insurance company that's not going to cover you, we have another program, and it's a lot of nurses and doctors that have taken this on. And it costs $49 a month. It's going to get those medications covered for you because they're going to dive into those programs and they're going to take care of you. My girlfriend has narcolepsy, one of my clients. The one of the medications is $1,100. No insurance. Not even an ACA plan will cover this medication. So I was able to put her here, $49 a month. She's able to get that medication that's completely changed her life.
How do people reach you?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I need to
What?
get my voice out there. I'm so
Yes.
happy to be here today. I've spent the past 2 years completely immersed in what is going on in this country. And if I can educate, become more of a voice, and help people understand what's going on and give them the resources, I found a whole new purpose.
You see this?
What's your number? What's the best
Oh,
way for
I'm
people to
sorry.
reach you? It's okay.
215-622-4236. You can also reach me at Fit by Christine. I kept all my handles the same and everything like that because, you know, I already do have a pretty good audience and I want to just generate and build off of that. But I'm here to help people.
Unbelievable.
I'm also a private concierge. One of my clients, she's at a dentist office. She has a PPO national, no waiting periods, and the dentist is trying to charge her over $5,000 for a root canal and a crown. And they're telling her, well, it's a newer plan, you're not covered. And I said, they're not doing their job. Tell them to do their job. And I sent them the brochure. I said, I'm driving, I can't send everything. So she put it in there, and the girl was going, well, I never heard of this before. Well, do your research. You're the billing company. All you have to do is reach out to that provider.
You know, it scares me because people don't like to face up to the reality of it. We had from COPD, we had somebody in here. And we have a guy who has a machine that helps with it. And they went to Washington and told them, listen, this will also help with COVID. And they said, no, it won't. And they shelved it. And it does work. He has cases they show. He showed me all these different cases. He brought them all in with
If
testimonials.
everybody hasn't realized at this point in life and this stage after everything that we've gone through in the past 2 years, why are you trusting the government with your health?
They don't, because people don't realize there's an option. And they
They're
don't
afraid.
realize they're either they need insurance for whatever reason, or they have no insurance because they think they can't afford it. So when they're really sick, they don't go to the doctor until it's so catastrophic because they are afraid that they can't afford the insurance and they can't afford the doctor's visit. I just had this conversation this weekend with someone. Go to urgent care. Can't afford urgent care. Do you have insurance? Can't afford insurance. So you're going to what? Be sick. So there's so much misinformation because we're not giving the education out there.
Absolutely. And they
That's the
don't want
issue.
you to have the education. And of course, the powers that be are telling you the ACA is your only option. That's the only way that you're going to have coverage. That's the only way that things are going to be covered. No, they've created a landscape of fraud, misuse, and abuse. Do you know in this country a CABG surgery? Here's a good example, which is a triple heart bypass. Very common surgery. You can get that done for $40,000 in this country, or it can be price gouged up to $450,000.
Have you
Where
ever
are those
checked
other
to see
numbers
what the
coming
surgeon
from?
really gets for a cabbage?
They don't get that much. It's not going to them. The bigger the building, the bigger the bill.
It is not going to the surgeon.
No.
It is
Cabbage.
going.
Here in
That's the
Delray
first time I heard
Beach, we have a surgery center that was started a couple of years ago, and it is doctors and surgeons, and they own it. And the Surgery Center of Oklahoma is very famous. Price transparency, it's all over the news, guys. The government is trying to say you need price transparency because they're trying to make you trust them again. Guess what? They're still not putting price transparency does what? It's really not negotiating what those bills really
What
are.
do you do, right? You need bypass. You need it. You go to the hospital, and this is what they charge you. Your doctor that's in there literally with his hands on your heart, with life in his hands, may get about $4,000 for that surgery.
If they're
Of
lucky.
that $40,000 bill,
36 goes into the building.
not the doctor that has just literally
most
had
hospitals
your
are going
life
to
in
charge
his
that
hands or her
$400.
hands.
Yeah.
It's crazy what's going on, but you don't have a choice because you need that surgery.
Actually, we do have choices. You make calls. You know, if you have the right insurance agent, I'm a broker. I like to consider myself a boutique health broker. You know, when my clients have anything that comes up, I tell them, I'm your first call. You call me because I'm going to help you find it. I'm going to do the research for you. It's going to take me a moment to pull up the things that I have, whereas they're going through the worst time in their life when they come into something like that. And then you have to worry about your health insurance. The other thing the ACA will do to you, okay, they can deem what you need done medically unnecessary and not cover it. And if you have one of their HMOs, you go in for that surgery, your surgeon might be a network, the hospital might be a network, the anesthesia might not, and somebody else might not be. So guess what? Now you're out of network. Now you're on the hook for 100% of part of that bill.
We
Now,
got
hold
a
on,
commercial break, Stephen, also.
Yeah, I got a question. People are asking, you are an advocate for the people that are not getting justice. We can see that.
And small businesses,
We see
individuals,
that, but
families.
You're one person.
Yeah.
So if 100 people call right now, they said all their stories, how are you going to handle, this is coming from now, how are you going to handle 100 different cases
Oh,
a
I'm
day?
building a team, and I also have a bunch of other people that work with me.
Okay,
as
so
well.
other people also will become advocates
Yes.
and everything else, part of
Yes.
the program?
Yes, we're a grassroots movement.
All right, call us, 1470. We'll get the information over to Christine. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Steve Gubb of Gubba Rum joining us. He's making a special drink
Is Gub going to buy the arrangement?
in honor of the Ukraine, and we're going to check out this beautiful arrangement that
And I want to
OMD Flower
talk to
Boutique.
Cole to see what's happening on IG.
All right, we go to commercial break. Stay tuned on IG because we're still hanging out.
Wow, look at this.
We'll be right back.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Lady Ashley and this is my husband, Big John.
The muscle behind the hustle.
We are the creators of this very unique party planning business, Lady Ashley Party Planning. We are known for all the details. We specialize in gorgeous balloon decor, floral displays, and handle all of your party planning needs from A to Z.
Please feel free to visit our website at ladyashleypartyplanning.com. Our email is abpartyplanning@yahoo.com, and our phone number is 561-542-2296.
Welcome to Sunshine Senior Solutions, a trusted medical supply company that puts patients first, offering quality home medical equipment and supplies. Sunshine Senior Solutions is here to help simplify the lives of patients, caregivers, and their families. From canes and crutches to diabetic glucose monitors, your health, safety, and comfort is our #1 priority. Call or visit our website, Sunshine Senior Solutions, bringing the heart back to healthcare.
Amy Reshevsky can help you choose the right piece that will add some magic to your space. Amy Reshevsky has a wide range of art, from abstracts to mosaic tapestries, and she paints on different surfaces, such as reverse painting on glass, tables, wall hangings, and sculptures. Her work can be ordered online at amyreshevsky.com, or you can come in and see it in real time at the Brooklyn Cafe Art Gallery. She also does commission work, so if you have an idea in mind, she can make it a reality. She invites you to reach out to her at Facebook or at email at amyreshevsky@gmail.com. That's amyreshevsky@gmail.com. Have an artful day.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA have over 40 years of combined experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and to protect your rights.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
That bell. You know, we're going to have to fix
Have a
the other
bell situation.
Now, before we go to Steve, I want you to grab a mic. I want him to grab a mic because I want to know what's going on IG, because IG wants to be part of the deal as well. Look, what's going on the IG?
All right, wait, I'm on A1.
What's happening? What are they saying?
Okay, so right now I don't think we have anybody in the live, but we've had a lot of people pull up. My brother was in there. He was saying what's up. He's really enjoying these flowers. He's talking about his girlfriend, loving flowers. A few people came in. Someone from a spa place. It's like you want to scroll up.
Maria
Here,
Spa Facial, maybe.
Maybe you should just stand.
I had Sarah Humphrey. Sarah somewhere.
Sarah Shumway.
We
That's
got
Sarah.
Sarah. Wait, let's
Very
just-
nice. Let's bring Steve over while we're going through Instagram. See if Steve can actually find us. We got Steve Gubb. I know on the line all the way from Boston.
And on the Instagram, we're located on
Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Brooklyn Cafe TV, correct?
Well, he's figuring all that out. All right, let's bring Steve over and let's bring up. There's the man. Let's bring up Andres also, since all of this is to benefit the Ukraine.
Almost done.
He's almost done.
Wow,
How you
look at
doing,
that.
Steve?
Good morning. How are you?
Good
Look at that. It
morning.
looks like peacock feathers. Unbelievable. You see that, Steve? Oh, you can't see it. Show 3.
I can't see it.
What do you have for us over there? You're making a drink.
Well, Dawn, you asked for something to honor Ukraine today, and I came up with something a little bit different. I suggested to you a cocktail with banana liqueur, and I'm going to put some ice into this glass. So we've got something that looks like banana liqueur, but in fact, it's Gubba Silver Rum, our coconut-infused silver rum. And what we're going to do...
Wow. Look at that,
what
Steve.
we're going to do, okay, we've got the banana liqueur, and it's going to be... I need a couple more hands, but I don't have them, so I have to do it out of camera range. Bear with me for 1 second. I am going to pour blue liqueur. I'm going to take a spoon, a bartender spoon, flip it upside down. We're going to pour over the spoon like that so that we can pour the, well, it didn't quite work the way I wanted to. Oh, well, but you'll catch the drift. I wanted the blue curacao to sit on top of the banana liqueur. It didn't do it.
You got to
But it
do
would
the
have been
blue
yellow on
first.
the bottom, blue on the top for the sky, and it would have been it's supposed to be the Ukrainian flag.
Wow.
In
Well, that's
honor
close.
of-
It's separating.
close.
How's it
My-
taste?
My heart is in the right place here, and certainly we want to honor what the Ukrainians are doing. They are showing courage beyond description in the face of some bad stuff, and it's very, very unfortunate.
Thank you for that drink. Look at these flowers, Steve. You see them on your set?
I do. Now I can see them. I just have to move that little insert up there, and they look beautiful.
Andres, those are.
That's a
Freddie,
monster.
I don't know if we can. We might have to buy them because
may
I don't
have
think
to.
I'm willing to give them up.
They are 866. No, it's not. 888 565 1470.
Yes, thank you.
If you want to buy it.
Hey, Freddie, if I may, I just want to say to Christine, I'd love to hear more about what she's doing. If you may remember, I was in that business for a while, and I know what she is trying to accomplish, and I wish her all the best. It's a great thing she's trying to do.
I got to tell you, I was in it for 17 years.
Well, you've been in the business, and you've also been on the other side of heart surgery, also. So you've seen it both sides.
Yes, I have. Although, fortunately, I didn't get to see what they were doing. I was sleeping at the time. I was on the machine.
But you got the bill on
yeah.
the other side of it.
Yeah. You know, it's really funny. I'm in Massachusetts, which is certainly known for its great medical care. And when the way Blue Cross works up here is they send you this bill and they send you that bill. You don't really get all of the bill all at once. Ultimately, we did see the entire bill. And Christine would fall out of that chair because it had a lot of zeros in it.
But on the upside, you're still here to have this conversation with us. So that's the most important part of this conversation.
That's true. When you're lying there Friday morning at 10 o'clock and they tell you have to get wheeled in, well, I'm not going to start looking for an insurance guy. I have to tell you.
But you know
she's doing
something?
great stuff.
You are the picture boy of health. Because of you, I've decided to change my life. And I've hit a couple of bumps in the road, but for the most part, it's working out. And there are other people that I know that have heard your story as well. That's why I tell Christine that the more the people hear choice and they think about it, the more you're going to make better decisions. So he's made a decision to change his life, and I've seen it firsthand right in front of me. I was amazed. And that influenced me to change my life. So, you know, Gabba aside, this guy, you don't realize just how important it is, some of the things and some of the stories you shared that night with me, how it changed my life. And I'm hoping the same thing happens when they hear the story on your side. because it's really, really needed. She screams at me for 7 years about eating healthy and everything else. But it's different when it's a little bit further away and you see other people's stories like his. You know, he had a quadruple bypass. And thank goodness he's still here with us. And his sugars and everything else are down, and he walks miles a day and night. And he is now taking his health a little bit more serious, Steve?
Slick says, yes, you are.
Yes, the simple answer is yes, I am. And the more complex answer is, why was I so stupid not to do it earlier in my life? But sometimes you get what you get.
It's not what it is. You don't realize the culmination of daily life. And it's tomorrow. I'll have the cake today. I'll have the drink today. I'll be better tomorrow. Well, it's just a couple chips tomorrow. Next thing you know, you're all these years down the road, and you realize that some of these things have
go
happened.
to a quiet. I'm going to tell you why, Steve. That's a great question. Now, if you had somebody who thought about health, like we've done shows
Yes.
where
At the gym, yeah.
at the gym and everything else. If you have somebody who not only watches your insurance, but also watches your health and gives you money back if you stay on the right, you will be making money right now with this plan because you've lowered your A1C, you lower your sugar. Everything with him is 100% now.
That's
Okay?
amazing.
So when she's in there telling you, listen, this is your health side, here's your insurance side, you wouldn't be asking that question. That's my thought anyway when this was put together.
And there.
Well,
Education.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Freddie, I was a gym goer. It's not like I didn't go to the gym for a long time. And again, sometimes you get what you get, and you got to hope you can get through it and come out the other side and be a little bit better.
There's so many layers. It's not just, you can't go to the gym and eat garbage and expect to be healthy.
And so many people do that.
And people do that, right? Well, I
So
went to the
many of
gym,
them.
I ran for an hour, so let me go home and eat an entire pizza and a chocolate cake. It doesn't work. Your body needs all of
Well,
the pieces
people
to
say
work
to me all the
together.
time, they're like, well, you have a different career now and you're doing so many things. How are you staying so healthy and fit? Guess what? I get up earlier. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I ride my bike
lifestyle.
to the beach. I see the sunrise. I listen to worship music. It's my God time. I get 12 to 15 miles on my bike before most people are out of bed.
12 to 15 miles.
I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Wow. All right, Andres, you ready to do the big reveal before we have to? 1 second, he says.
Well, the amazing thing is, Steve, I'm glad that you're feeling better. Also, I want to announce that next Monday, if everything works out, we're talking to the engineers again today.
We're going to be in Boston.
WCAP in Boston.
You ready?
Yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
it. All right, here's
let's
our
see.
big reveal, Steve.
Hold
You
on
ready?
a second, Steve. We're going to do
I'm
the
Yeah,
big
I'm
reveal.
ready for the big reveal.
Wow.
Very
Wow,
nice.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wow.
There you have it.
That's a monster.
All right, Andres, if somebody orders this, what does something like this cost?
So something like this would be around $300, $350. But yeah, I mean, and you guarantee that it's gonna last you.
That's
10
my
days,
next question,
10 to
10
14
days.
Real flowers, nothing in there is fake.
And you will deliver.
Yeah, we deliver. We deliver actually from Jupiter all the way to Miami and everything in between. That's what we do.
That is spectacular.
It is. Nice
That needs
stuff.
it said all to itself.
That is a settle to itself.
All right, Andres, what's the best way for people to find you?
They could place an order directly through my website, omgflowerboutique.com, or they can send us an email, omgflowerboutique@gmail.com, or if they like, they could call us directly and place the order, 561-806-5818. And of course, we have Instagram and Facebook, OMG Flower Boutique.
And his work is always spectacular. Steve Gubb.
It's always OMG.
It is always OMG. We've been ordering flowers. My whole family orders flowers from him. They call, they send them all over.
All right, we need to wrap it up.
Steve, Gubba Rum, thank you for your drink to benefit the Ukraine. And like my grandmother used to say, it all gets mixed up once you in your stomach anyway. So yellow and blue ends up green inside. So it's all good.
All right, let's flip over
After
to
it
the
looks
next house.
pretty.
Stay
After
right
it
there,
looks
Steve.
pretty, we drink it.
Stay
Thank
right
you.
there. Let's flip. Yeah,
We're
hold on
going to
one second.
wrap
We're gonna
this
flip
up. We're
it
going to
over.
wrap up our radio hour. Stay tuned with us on the other side of social media. We've got more coming up. We've got Medicare specialists coming in. You should stay. We also have Luhu advisors. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side.
And don't go away.
Bye-bye.
Well, that wraps up our brunch hour. But don't go away. Stay tuned for more laughs and cheers on Facebook or YouTube or any other social media platform at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. See you soon.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsor.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Attention Florida residents. Is constant water damage from the elements putting holes in your pipes and your wallet? We cut the cost when disaster strikes. You deserve to have your house be a home again. At Triumph, we get you paid the most for your insurance claims. Broken pipes, water damage, and mold? Triumph Consulting covers it all. Call our offices now to qualify for a free house inspection at 954-669-4935 or visit www.wegetYouPaid.com.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873. Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Cafe coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come on down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Alana and I am standing in J&D Cakes over off of Federal Highway by Meisner Park in Boca Raton. And wow, does it smell delicious in here. Owned by Joel Basco and Daniela Borquez, they are the ones in the business as far as cakes. From weddings and birthdays, special events, holidays, novelty, and known for their sculpture cakes, you have to check them out. If they look familiar to you, you may have seen them as they were featured on Cake Hunters. They were the winner of Food Network's Cake Wars, as well as returners and finalists on their Champs episode.
Hi, I'm Joel and welcome to J&D Cakes of Boca Raton. We're right across Meisner Park and we're open from Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So come by if you can. If you want to order from us, please call us at 561-569-1860.
Providing music you will enjoy. JM Production performers will brighten up your stage. Condominiums and residential communities, nightclubs and restaurants that want to provide top quality singers and entertainers for their social events, banquets, celebrations, and their customers use JM Productions to ensure that they have an uplifting and beautiful event. Now, tune in for the show.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, here we go. We're back.
And we are back.
And I'm going to tell you something. This bell stinks. But I got to tell you.
These are beyond.
Do you smell that?
I smell them. I see them. I love them. And if you want another arrangement, we'll arrange for that also. But actually, if you want to buy this arrangement, all proceeds do go back to you. Want to send it to the Red Cross to help the Ukraine?
Red Cross or anything you want.
Created by OMG Flower Boutique. Andre Sinistroza is in studio. There's no words, right, Christine? Absolutely
Christine was smiling. You know, you just celebrated an anniversary, right?
Yes.
So let's send a hint to your husband. 7 years.
I do.
You should
have a
get a big
husband. No, we went to Jamaica. It was so nice to get away. Everybody needs to go on vacation. I know it's been
Jamaica
like
was
years
nice?
since everybody's traveled, but 7 years married, 12 years together.
Yep. And this is a nice arrangement. The blue.
No, this is not
flowers.
nice. These are. I got to
Breathtaking.
tell you, you talk about getting out of the doghouse arrangement. This
Oh,
will
no.
get you out of the doghouse.
No,
this
no,
might
no,
even
no.
get you back in the bedroom arrangements.
I don't know anything about all that, but I'm going to tell you something. If I had this arrangement, this would put me.
You might still be married.
No, I'd be.
You might still very well be married with this.
Or maybe happily dating other, whatever. Wow, this is amazing, though.
Right? I mean, blue roses, the orchids, the greens, the.
I wanted
incredible.
to ask you, how do you put this together in your head?
I don't.
You just did it today?
Yeah, that one is the first time I've done that one. So I start as I go. I start creating as I go, pretty much.
It looks like it's like
That's the way I came up
exploding.
with that design. I just wanted to use the colors to represent Ukraine, the blue and the yellow, and then as I started going, I just whatever my mind takes me, that's the direction that I take.
And we met Andres years ago through Amy Rashevsky,
Yes.
one of our artists who takes over this
Hello,
whole
Amy.
wall. Amy, we do miss you so much. She's moved to North Carolina, but all of her work is all for sale here at the Brooklyn Cafe Studio. And he had created beautiful flower masterpieces to go with her artwork. And that's always such a win-win all the way around.
I
We
love
talk
it.
about keeping
I
the
love
house happy, right?
I love it, and I think it's spectacular. It's just breathtaking. And maybe I heard that we came out in some kind of magazine.
Vocal Magazine, April edition.
And there it is.
Check it out, Brooklyn Cafe Show. If you see our ad, let us know what page it's on, and you get a free bag of coffee. Shall we do that?
Are you in this magazine, Mr. OMG?
No, I'm not.
We need to talk. This
We do.
thing,
We do.
this thing is scary as to
Scary
what
good?
happens. We've been in it since April 1st, and the phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Really?
And I'm telling you, this is very powerful. And I wish Reba was here. But all of a sudden, she's gotten busy.
Everyone
we know
knows
her
Reba,
10
right? If you
years.
live in the community, you know Reba.
But this Boca magazine is tremendous. And we're going to be doing some work with OMG because we want to make him even louder and bigger.
All right, so we also have, let's do the coffee news transition while we talk this one through. You know, we've worked so much with the coffee news probably for about 8 months already, and Joey brings us our new edition every week. And in this week's edition, we get to spotlight another member of the coffee news, Medicare specialist Diana Soli. So check it out.
This segment of the Brooklyn Cafe Show is brought to you by Coffee News. News to be enjoyed over coffee.
And we're back.
And we're back. So you want to give us a little background on coffee news?
What can I tell you? This guy, Joey, is from my neck of the woods in the Bronx. And when he comes in here and we talk, it's like me talking to a guy from DeKalb Avenue in the Bronx, because he was right next door. And he says, you know, I got to know you from somewhere, but he's a little bit younger than me. So he came up with this wonderful coffee news piece where you get to advertise in different parts of Florida. And we made a deal where we're in it, and people that come on, we ask you to come on and talk, whether it's VMix or it's in studio. And it's done really, really well. He's the reason that we have that coffee stand sitting next to you, which I'm taking the first one up to our friends at the chicken place in Linton Avenue.
Actually, Andres asked where he can buy the coffee. So you can buy the coffee on our website, brooklyncafe.tv, on the shop site, or some of your local restaurants, such as the chicken place we had. It was Flybird Chicken. We're going to be at Big T's Deli up in the Delray Beach Marketplace, and some other wares around the community.
Well, there's nothing like waiting while you wait for your flower arrangement being made, if you're doing it in front of you, to have a little cup of coffee. We also spoke to Sunny. She's bringing us the Capistara.
Nice.
Which is going to be an addition to the coffee. So we're doing all these different things thanks to Coffee News, which you will find in El Presidente and Bravo, hopefully by next month, if this all works out. So we'll see.
All right, so let's bring Diana over. Now, I never know how shows are going to play out, but we've got Diana joining us, and then we've got Paul Solomon of Luhu Senior Advisor. So Diana's coming to us on VMix. And there she is.
And there she be. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Let's turn on, make sure we can hear her.
Okay, talk. Say hello.
They tell us you're muted.
I'm mute. Try again. We don't hear you.
She's looking to see.
There you
I
go.
hear you.
I heard something.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
Perfect.
We're good. Well, welcome. Any friend of Joey's in the Coffee News is a good friend of the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Thank you.
You are a Medicare specialist.
Yes,
What
I
is that-
am.
What does that mean?
So basically, in my scope of business, I'm more along the lines of a specialist and an educator at the same time. So my purpose is to help guide people that are aging into Medicare in their initial enrollment period within the 3 to 6 months before they turn 65, is to educate and inform how Medicare works, their options available. And then also 3 months after their 65th birthday is another opportunity to go over this information with these clients. And then also not only people turning 65, people already on Medicare, when they do have open enrollment during the year, I'm there to assist and educate on those options as well.
All right, so this is not new to me, but I still never really understand the process. There's Medicare, there's Medicare Advantage, then there's different prescription plans. I hear about this donut hole all the time. So
Yes.
what is Medicare
Yes.
versus Medicare Advantage?
So Medicare is the traditional, no, actually they're different. So Medicare is traditional Part A and Part B. A Medicare Advantage plan actually replaces your original Medicare. So it's a managed care plan. So instead of having Part A and Part B, it pretty much crosses it out and takes over your original Medicare. So you're giving that up.
Why would somebody do that?
So there's advantages and disadvantages. It really all depends on their specific scenario, their medical background, if they're going to be traveling, if they're snowbirds. There's a lot of different factors that come into play when deciding to stick with original Medicare with the supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. Each case has a different scenario.
And do you pay for Medicare or Medicare Advantage?
Yes. So Part B Medicare is based off of income. Traditionally, most people that are in an income bracket pay $170 a month. If their income bracket goes a little higher, then it's based off of their income and they can be subjected to higher monthly premiums for Part B. Part A is traditionally free. And the Medicare Advantage plans, most of them have a 0 monthly premium, but you do always have to pay your Part B premium.
Are different doctors on Medicare versus Medicare Advantage? It goes back to the providers again.
Yeah. So the providers do have choices as to which plans they want to accept or not accept, or if they do want to accept traditional Medicare and not accept Medicare Advantage plans.
So when you're a patient and you're approaching the age of 65, you want to check with your providers, your routine doctors, and say, all right, what do you accept? Because you'd hate to go on a plan and you'd have to change all of your doctors if you go on Advantage and they don't take your plan, correct?
Absolutely. So it is a good idea for patients to start doing their legwork and verify with any primary care, any specialist, what plans they accept. If not, that's part of what I do to assist my clients is I do the legwork on finding out what their plans their primary care accepts or specialist accepts, because I know it can be a nuisance for these patients to get through to their doctors and speak to the billing department and so forth. So I'm there to help with that legwork as well.
So you help people do all of these things. And
I
prescription
do.
drug plans. There's different types of
Mhm.
plans to go with. I feel like, you know, you used to call it a Chinese menu. All right, if you go with Medicare, you can take this prescription drug plan. But if you go with Medicare Advantage, then maybe you want this plan, maybe you want that plan. How do people navigate? Is it based on their pre-existing conditions and what medications they're on?
So not necessarily. So each carrier has a formulary, and not all drugs are accepted into each carrier's formulary. So it's very important to gather drug information when choosing a plan to make sure that the drugs are within the formulary. So as far it is, it's a lot of homework and a lot of little pieces that come together, but they're all crucial and important. Because the last thing you want is somebody going on a plan and going to fill a medication and the medication's not covered. Minimally that
Hire
happens.
you to do this homework and break it down for them, because I'm thinking about my parents, my grandparents, right? People maybe English is a second language.
Yeah, absolutely. So my service is free. I don't charge. And I do all this legwork for my clients.
How do you get paid?
So I get paid directly from the carriers. The clients do not pay me anything. It's whichever carrier they choose to go with.
That's amazing. So your mother or my father, when he's going through all of these things, and it gets complicated and confusing, and if you don't get the deadline in, it's like you're filing your taxes, right? If you're not in that open enrollment, then you lose the option to change?
So yes, you have your 6 months initial enrollment period, which is the 3 months before your 65th birthday and the 3 months after. So if you do not take your Medicare or let them know that you're not taking it due to having group coverage, you do get penalized if and when you decide to take your Medicare coverage. And you would have to pay those penalty fees in order to get your coverage going.
So these are things you really have to think about
So,
before you're
so if you
65.
don't, if I'm 65 and I don't take Medicare, I get penalized?
Unless you have what's considered credible coverage, which would be group coverage through an employee with more than
Right.
20 employees.
Right. Otherwise, you don't get penalized.
Correct. And when you're ready to take Medicare at that time, you would just fill out a form and have your HR fill out the form stating that you did have continuous coverage.
Now, what if
And that
you're-
wouldn't be an issue.
On our last hour, we talked about you're singly covered, right? Maybe Freddie just has insurance through another plan. It's just for Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
Would he still get penalized if he didn't apply for Medicare? It has
Yes,
to be
because
group coverage?
Medicare has what they call credible coverage, proof of credible coverage. And there's certain areas where they consider it credible or non-credible. And the credible being a group plan.
So I got to ask you.
That doesn't seem fair.
So I got to ask you, Obamacare, is that a credible coverage?
No.
Okay, now you just heard that, right? I didn't say it, I asked it. Okay, and we're going to get to you in a minute because I got to tell you, I'm being very, very honest. My mom went to the Plus plan, and somebody not like you came in, and when she left, the lady left, my mother had practically no coverage. And I don't mean anything bad about it, but the Plus plan did not cover her needs, her particular needs. My father stayed on the Plus plan, on the regular plan, and it was like night and day. I got into an argument with them on the phone and says, what do you mean these pills? Because my mother was a diabetic. What do you mean these pills aren't covered? And if you go to Puerto Rico, forget about it. You're done. I mean, completely done. And I was so upset that I brought my parents here, and we know doctors who said this is what you should do. See, I didn't know you existed, just like I didn't know you existed. Because sometimes it is so complicated. My father says, I don't have time for this. Are you kidding me? He says, just leave me the way I am, and I'll take my chances.
And English also wasn't their first language. So you talk about having to read the legal documents of what this is.
It ain't happening. So it's refreshing to hear you say, and you're honest, because Obamacare is not. And that's something that the government offers. Man, I am totally confused today.
So you have to take Medicare, I guess, if you're not with a credible coverage, or even if you're covered individually at the age of 65, or you pay a penalty?
Correct.
And is there like a person that deems that is credible that is not? Is there like an individual? Like to me.
Yeah.
This is
It's
nuts.
Social Security.
Oh, is that still around? Social Security is still
It
around?
won't be when we need it.
I've been hearing that since I'm 12.
It'll be less.
It'll be
All
less.
right, you're not in studio, but we have a full panel of people in studio the way things work out today. So I want to bring everyone over. We've got Paul Solomon of Luhu Senior Advisors, and he is a senior consultant advisor. We've got Christine Kiefer, and she is with an insurance company. And here you are, and it all kind of rolls out because it's all to benefit. What we're doing here is to benefit the patient.
Yes.
The families. This is not a political plus or minus. We're not here to take a political stance on this.
That's
We
right.
just want to educate and inform because I had no idea
Well, you heard it right from the horse's mouth.
that I'm just
And I don't want to turn this into a he says, she says. What I would like to do is you give
The
3 different
information, right.
opinions, and the consumer has to make up their own mind. This is at least
Absolutely.
You see, my mother did not have this opportunity because my mother didn't speak English, and they did it in English. So I wasn't there, my sister wasn't there, and my father was there, but that was no help. So she said yes, 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 because she was afraid to look stupid. You see, Latinos, when they don't know the answer to something, it's always yes. They don't believe in saying no. And I told Mom, why did you take this plan? And it was a disaster. So here are the other parts of the panel. What are you laughing at?
Here's our panel. We did not even know we were going to have a panel today.
This is funny. I think Christina spoke to you 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
And I didn't even know this was going on 2 weeks ago.
All right, so Christine, introduce yourself to Diana.
Hi, Diana. I'm Christine Kiefer. I'm with Kiefer Insurance Group. So I focus on the under 65 market. I also have some Medicare supplements, and I'm getting actually certified with Medicare this year as part of my CEUs.
Okay.
But because I want to be able to ride my clients into Medicare, and it is such a crazy landscape. There's so much to it, and I think Medicare is actually even more confusing than the under 65 market.
I'm floored by what you just told me about Medicare because we've got friends that are approaching 60, 65, and they're opting out of Medicare. But I realize now they have jobs or they're attorneys and they've got corporate group insurance, and I guess that's how they can opt out of it.
You know, for anybody listening, though, if you are a consumer, whether you're under 65, over 65, a business owner, this is what we do. We immerse ourselves in the education for you. We don't expect you to have the answers. That's what we're here for. So please don't ever feel as though you're stupid. We're here to help and educate you because we know, we honestly know how crazy it is and how hard it is.
And this is Paul Solomon of Luhu Senior Advisors. He's a certified senior advisor, so share what you do.
Hi, so Luhu Advisors, what I do is I help families, baby boomers through seniors, understand how to protect their assets for long-term care planning. So I do Medicaid applications for people that get to that point that need the care, whether at home, in an assisted living and or nursing home. I'm a licensed real estate broker. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I'm a licensed assisted living administrator. So I really do everything seniors and trying to protect them. On top of that, I've been a caregiver for my parents for the last 10 years. My dad passed away from dementia, and my mom is 93 with full-blown dementia. So I've gone through Medicare, I've gone through the Medicaid process, and here I am, a professional, going through it and telling my clients all about it, and it's just crazy. I mean, you really need to hire somebody. You need an advocate, because if you think you're going to do it yourself, it's a mess. It's a mess from the beginning to the end, unfortunately.
And that's the word I like. It's the word advocate. Used it when we talked to you. Use it with Diane. An advocate. Yes. An advocate
Totally.
sort of looks out for your best interests. Does your parents have an advocate?
No.
Neither did mine.
And I'm shocked. And my dad is computer literate. My dad's a physician, right? My mom's a nurse, highly educated people.
And they don't have an advocate.
They have themselves. So when they go through all this, and I've seen when they were first going through it, now it's even more, it's hard. The older they get, the harder it is for them to navigate the changes. You know, when they were 65, it wasn't so hard to navigate. Now into their late 70s, 80s, he thinks everyone's out to get him because he doesn't understand the changes. And it almost looks like they're out to get you because if you don't understand it right, you're now penalized.
And you're in the computer world. So if you're 80 years of age and you ask them...
And you're not making money, right? You're retired, so now you're living off your income that you have.
And how are you going to get the information? You're going to get on your phone and look for it? You're going to get on a computer? That ain't happening. Okay, my father didn't even know what a computer was. So you need somebody who they can sit down and trust them to give them the right information. And it could be in layers. It doesn't have to be one. It could be multiple people. But at least you get the news. You see, my mother never had that opportunity. And she never asked me. And I probably would have called one of these guys in here because I don't know what to say either. And it changes. Doesn't it change like every year? Different things?
Yes.
It gets updated every year.
It gets updated. Updated is like going backwards.
Oh, my gosh.
You really need a team. I mean, it really comes down to needing a team, and that I work with other people in the profession, so I know a lot, but then I reach out to the people that I trust that can help the family members also, and that's really what you need.
When my parents were alive and I had to take care of my sons in that sandwich deal, I'm going to tell you, man.
The sandwich deal.
I'm going to tell you something.
Ham and cheese.
It was sandwich. It was bitter. Confusion. I didn't sleep at night. It was horrible. There was money going in left field, right field, and my father was a self-made guy. He didn't want to take handouts. My
He
father
didn't have corporate insurance.
My father?
No group
No,
insurance.
He did not. He did not. My mother got Blue Cross Blue Shield, or the little card with the red, white, and blue on top. I remember that. And when he came over to Boca and got the treatment for the blood clots, he was like in Park Avenue. He says, they don't have hospitals like this in Puerto Rico. And the nurses were, you went to see him.
That's so
he says, I don't want to go home. I
He was
want
like
to
a
stay
king
here.
in his bed in Boca Regional. He was very happy here.
My father felt they had to give him a bubble bath. He says, bubble away.
Diana, how do people reach you?
You can reach me. I'm actually local here in Boca, but I do service all of South Florida and nationwide. I do have a direct business line, and I can give my number.
Go ahead.
It's 561-287-0815.
Wow. Thank you so much. We'll have to have you back in and do a whole nother panel. Remember, we used to do panels and share more of this information.
I'd like to sort of have the three of them in here and bring in some people. We're starting to invite people into the studio. So we have to redesign what we were doing. But, your information here in Boca is highly, highly necessary. And it depends on how you bring them in. Everybody wants to think that they know all the answers.
I think people just need to be educated.
Well, people are afraid to listen to other people because everything, it only takes one mistake and everybody believes that. Something good they won't believe. So you get this information. I'm watching her over here and the stuff she gave us today, what she just said, I'm floored.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about long-term care insurance with Paul Solomon and Luhu. So you ready to get floored again?
Yes.
So imagine navigating this and not knowing, or last minute and not being prepared. Diana, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to bring you back in. We're going to take a commercial break. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. 994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. Whether you enjoy watching in the mornings or afternoons, you can now watch with your favorite merchandise. Choose from the Brooklyn Cafe t-shirts, ranging from sizes small to 3XL. Colors available include black, dark heather, and navy. Feeling chilly? Just check out our latest hoodie with over 9 colors to choose from. Sip on some Brooklyn Cafe coffee with Dawn and Freddie in a matching mug as seen on set. Brooklyn hats and special seasonal items are always popping up and available upon request. To purchase, you can visit our online store at brooklyncafe.tv/shop. Happy shopping!
Cool, calm, collected. Needing a drink to end a long day, or maybe to start your vacation right? Gubba Rum is here to let you kick back and do just that. Inspired by a technique that dates back to the 1800s, these artisanal, organic, and naturally infused rums are made from pure cane and the finest fruits, spices, and herbs the world has to offer. Gubba Silver is infused with naturally shredded coconut, and Gubba Gold is infused with real vanilla bean. Simply shake and enjoy. Visit gubbarum.com to find the nearest location to buy or enjoy. All establishments have personally reviewed and enjoyed firsthand the wicked smoothness of Gubba Rum. 35% ABV and 70 proof. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hilary Taylor at drthc.net. I have my doctorate in clinical psychology and now practice as a certified life coach. At Dr. Taylor's Holistic Community, we will work together using a holistic approach to improve and maintain your wellness and take the first steps towards creating the life that you want, need, and deserve. Call me today at 1-833-552-4442. And remember, drthc.net.
Planning for the future should not be painful and needs to be discussed. From health, family, finances, allow qualified professionals to aid in your planning. Luhu Advisors have been serving South Florida for over 30 years. A licensed real estate broker, insurance agent, assisted living administrator, and certified senior advisor, Paul Solomon is the most qualified and well-rounded advisor for any task. Specializing in real estate, long-term care, life insurance and annuities, Social Security, government benefits, and senior housing. Luhu Advisors. Let us help you.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Lady Ashley and this is my husband, Big John.
The muscle behind the hustle.
We are the creators of this very unique party planning business, Lady Ashley Party Planning. We are known for all the details. We specialize in gorgeous balloon decor, floral displays, and handle all of your party planning needs from A to Z.
Please feel free to visit our website at ladyashleypartyplanning.com. Our email is abpartyplanning@yahoo.com, and our phone number is 561-542-2296.
Welcome to Sunshine Senior Solutions, a trusted medical supply company that puts patients first, offering quality home medical equipment and supplies. Sunshine Senior Solutions is here to help simplify the lives of patients, caregivers, and their families. From canes and crutches to diabetic glucose monitors, your health, safety, and comfort is our #1 priority. Call or visit our website, Sunshine Senior Solutions, bringing the heart back to healthcare.
Amy Reshevsky can help you choose the right piece that will add some magic to your space. Amy Reshevsky has a wide range of art, from abstracts to mosaic tapestries, and she paints on different surfaces, such as reverse painting on glass, tables, wall hangings, and sculptures. Her work can be ordered online at amyreshevsky.com, or you can come in and see it in real time at the Brooklyn Cafe Art Gallery. She also does commission work, so if you have an idea in mind, she can make it a reality. She invites you to reach out to her at Facebook or at email at amyreshevsky@gmail.com. That's amyreshevsky@gmail.com. Have an artful day.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA have over 40 years of combined experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and to protect your rights.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And I'm just reading this breaking news about Bruce Willis, right?
Bruce Willis.
He is no longer going to be doing acting because of his heartbreaking diagnosis, they say. Trying to remember the happy moments. I mean, Bruce Willis. Other than The Rock, you can't think of anyone that does more action movies, that was more upfront and just fun-loving, great guy, doing his stunts. And here he is not doing it, right? A health, what would we say before? Without your health, what do you have? Things you don't even think about. I don't even know how old he is. I think he's in his mid to late 60s.
I think he's my age. I think he's 60.
He's older than you.
Is he? I don't think so.
I think so. Let's see it. Let's look up and see how old Bruce Willis is.
Is he? Wow. Well, I
Let's
hope
see
I
it.
look like that when I'm 65.
Well, we're still continuing on our segment 67.
What?
March 19.
March
birthday is
19.
yours,
That's
right?
what we had the same birthday.
1960, he's 67. Wow. So things definitely changed. Let's bring over Paul Solomon of Luhu Advisors. Let us help you. And today we're going to talk about long-term care insurance.
Yes, we are.
So welcome back, Luhu Advisors. Paul is a certified senior advisor. Let's talk about long-term care.
Well, as we can hear from the last segment, how important it is and how people don't understand what Medicare covers or doesn't even cover. Forget about how to buy it or not buy it, but what does it even cover or not cover? And people don't understand that, oh, I have Medicare, so I'm good with everything. And that's not true when it comes to if you need somebody to help you physically as we get older, Medicare is not going to cover that. Now, they do cover certain things, but not having an aide with you 24/7 in your house with you.
I think people have this misconception that, oh, I can get a Medicare nurse when I leave the hospital and they will help me do what I need to do. That does exist, but very small, right?
It does exist for an hour a week, or they'll come in to check on you, whether it's wounds or certain things, but they're not coming in to help you cook, clean, take care of you. And that's what people don't understand.
I thought you had to qualify for somebody to come in and do wounds and all that. You have to be
Doctor has to prescribe that.
Okay.
Now with long-term care insurance, what is it affordable? What age do we take it out?
The younger the better. And it's there's so many different ways of buying it. A lot of people still think of the old ways of buying it, of which our parents bought it. There's really, I think, one or two companies left that actually sell it where it's a straight up long-term care. You pay a premium monthly or yearly. The premium is going to keep going up as you get older. And if you pass away, there's no value to it. So the insurance companies have realized over the years that more and more people are not buying it because they don't want another payment to make of no value. So now they've attached it, whether to life insurance or to annuities, and now you could get living benefits. So a lot of people that think life insurance is just for death benefit, it's come a long way where there's living benefits involved.
But long-term care is not life insurance, or
It's not-
is it?
It's not life insurance, but it's attached, it can be attached to it. So again, there's a standalone long-term care, there's addendums and riders you can attach to life insurance and also to annuities. So there's 3 different ways that you can purchase it.
What are the benefits, say, let's start with the first one.
Right.
Straight out long-term care insurance. Benefits, disadvantages.
The disadvantage of just buying it that way is, again, you're going to make premium payments, let's say, for life. And if you don't turn it on because you don't become unhealthy and you pass away, you've paid all these payments your whole life with no cash value. So that's the old way of buying it, of which people still buy it that way because that's how they feel their parents bought it and that's how they're going to buy it. But there's really only, I think, 2 to 3 companies left that sell it that way.
And the premium on that, is it less or more, or are they about the same?
Again, all premiums are based on age and based on health.
Okay.
So
And
it's hard to say.
what's the new way of buying it?
So the new way is either buying a life insurance policy, okay, and you dial down the actual life insurance part of it, and now you have living benefits attached to it.
Gotcha.
So you can buy it whether you make a monthly premium payment, yearly premium payment, or you can dump in $50,000, $100,000 of which you can take a CD, You can take, say you have an old life insurance policy, it doesn't have living benefits to it. You can take the cash value from that and now open up a new life insurance policy. It's called a 1035 exchange, and then be able then to have these living benefits. And again, it all depends upon how much money is in the policy to receive how much in benefits. So it depends upon when you buy it, how young you are. There's escalation clauses that can keep increasing 3 to 5% a year. So as expenses go up, your insurance can also increase too, yearly.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Now, you work with 65-year-olds, and you work for the baby boomers, which are about 60.
Correct. I work from anywhere from, I'm in my 50s, all the way up to 100, depending
Okay.
upon, again, long-term care can be bought, though. People don't
Yes.
understand. You can buy long-term care. I try to get long-term care for my dad at 79. There are companies that go up to 85. But again, how is your health? So depending upon how your health is, what medical conditions you're in, are you in an assisted living, are you at home, are you still driving? All these things come into play for the cost of the premiums.
That's right, and then it depends whether or not you want to pay that premium because they will balloon it up to cover the cost.
Correct.
But the 60 to 65, which I have now entered,
Right.
is a different situation in life. You know, you don't know about this because you're still too young. But there is nothing but road of wilderness because you got to make some decisions. And the next thing you know, it's on you. And you don't know what to do.
And you want to make the decisions while you're healthy.
Yes.
Because that changes your premium.
But that's chasing the rabbit. You always want to be healthy. How is it when you turn 60 you want to be healthy? You didn't care about it before. But then you turn 60 because I call it.
I tried to tell you 7
I see
years
65 and I go, man, I got to make some decisions. And it's going to cost me more money because I wasn't smarter with my health, younger.
Right.
I didn't have an advocate for me. I used to go to the gym and play racquetball like a madman and my feet bled because I had all sorts of problems. Just happens. So you got to get hip to the game younger. And at 60, you got some decisions that you're going to have to start really seriously thinking about. Like, who's going to take care of you when you can't tie your shoes? I had this
Long-term care
conversation
insurance.
the other day.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why my son made me get long-term insurance. He did get it. And his policy happens to be pretty good. But he never told me the part about the insurance, which is the next layer that I have to
Yes, he's getting
make
a
a
phone
phone
call
call
today.
today. That's right.
I mean,
man.
there's really two questions that we ask all the families. You know, what happens if you do get sick? How is that going to affect your family? How does it affect your spouse, your adult children, where you live, and your finances? And then if you do get sick, how are you going to pay for it? And there's really only 3 ways of paying for it. Out of pocket, so that reserve, that rainy day money that we've talked about, that's one pot. Long-term care is a second pot. Or government benefits, whether it's Medicaid benefits or even VA has some benefits for the veterans that are out there. And that's it.
Now, Medicaid benefits, does that cover an aide coming into your house 24/7? It would.
It does. I mean, there's a lot of, again, misinformation or lack of understanding with Medicaid. And again, it's state by state. So like we were talking about, New Jersey, New York has their rules. Down here, we have a different set of rules. But down here, we can get home care for up to 40 hours a week for somebody that wants to stay home, or even in an independent living situation, we can get care to come in there. We can get dollars for somebody to go into an assisted living. There are assisted living communities that do take Medicaid money, and then also the nursing home. And that's probably everybody thinks they know that the nursing home is really the only thing covering Medicaid, but it's not. It's home care and also some for assisted livings.
And there is outside things that you wouldn't think about that have a huge influence on your life. Like when you get older and you drive, everything around you begins to get faster. You ever notice that? You go on 65 on I-95, and they're going by you like Grant took Richmond. Forget about it. So you have to be careful and drive at night when there's nobody on the road, or real early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody on the road, simply because elements around you that you cannot control change.
Right.
And this goes about a lot of things in life. Now, I'm just making fun of driving. That's just one example. But you have to look at the differences on things you can't control. And here it goes again. You need an advocate to sort of point out what you can and cannot do.
And I want to ask you, Paul, do you have a team that will help put together a plan for life insurance, long-term care, health insurance, all of the pieces? Because there need to have someone that looks at you bring in this much money. You can pay this much on this premium and this much on this, but if you convert to Medicare, it's that. This is far too much for, no matter what age you are, for one person to do this.
Yeah, one person to receive the information, but also one person to give. I wouldn't say that I am proficient in
But
each
you
of
have
those
a
things.
team for that.
But I have a team, so I know I have a Medicare person that I can go to. Somebody called me for a referral and said, I know you maybe don't do this, but do you know somebody? Right away, I sent them to a Medicare specialist, somebody moving into the state of Florida that needed more information. So again, I'm just passing along the right person that I can trust, that I know will give the right information to those people.
Well, that's 50% of the battle, is to have the
Yeah.
right person to tell you the truth.
Right.
Not the made-up truth, the truth. And I got to tell you, I got Diane a lot of credit, because that was not an easy question for her to answer.
Right.
And it was the truth. I'm all in. So when Diane wants to come back, I will listen to what she has to say. And again, these changes are taking place as you speak, as you sit, and as you stand.
Everything changes.
Everything changes. And remember, we used to say, don't think you know everything, because if you do, you know nothing.
But your team helps. And then there's the third long-term care insurance with an annuity.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people, not so much in their 50s, but in their 60s into 70s that, let's say, are still healthy. Maybe they don't have long-term care insurance, but they either have CD money, money market money, or even annuity that they've had for years that has grown. And we can take that money and put it into a new product so they won't lose any of the value that they've built up, and make something that's tax deferred into tax free.
So I was going to ask you, so if you take that money, we talked about this last night,
Right.
does it become a capital gain when you transfer it to another product?
Again, it all depends how you're doing it. So if it's a like-kind product, no. So if you're doing something from like a life insurance cash value to another life insurance, now with these living benefits, no. So again, it gets confusing.
It's a stock market. I sold the stock. I have X amount of money, and I don't want to pay capital gains.
No, you're paying capital.
Not in this
You're
country.
You're paying capital.
Correct, because again, the wrong information, the way it was handled was incorrect. Going into it was incorrect. They made a lot of money.
Right.
And you know what? When you make a lot of money in the market, you're going to pay. There's no around it.
But the long-term care is so important. I'm watching my parents go through it right now, and without their policy, oh my gosh, I don't know what we would be doing, because my brother, my sister, and I, we all work full-time.
Right.
My parents don't live with us or that close to us, but they need full-time care.
Right.
So thankfully they did it. I'm sure it's because they did it so long ago. And it goes up in value. I guess as their premiums came due, the cost of living is accounted for, and then that goes up.
Correct.
And then
Cost of living increases 3 to 5%. You can put that on your policy, so it grows every year.
and it's nominal when you're doing it at a young age. I did mine at 40. I think I bought a long-term care policy. So I've had it for a long
You've had a long-term policy? I didn't
45.
even know what the hell a long-term care policy was. I didn't know what a senior home was until I came to Florida 15 years ago.
But it was really inexpensive when I bought it in my 40s.
Right.
I didn't know it existed.
Well, it's even there's a product out there that I have personally where you can have it with you and your spouse. So you could buy one policy and have both of us covered for two different pools of money. So it's not we're now sharing a pool. My wife has a pool and I have a pool.
Wow.
And we have something that's unlimited, so it's lifetime. And you can't find too many of those
You
policies.
still have people that write that policy?
Correct. I mean, I'm involved in writing that policy myself.
That's
I mean,
a great-
so
That's
I have it
another
myself,
benefit.
but then also, and then there's so many different ways of where to find the money to how to pay for these things. So
That's
that's
the other
something that
side.
I help too. I talk to financial advisors and financial advisors that don't deal with insurance, and they say, okay, I have a client that needs long-term care. How are we going to do this? So
That's
whether we take
interesting.
income or something off a required minimum distribution, if they're taking their required minimum distributions, depending on the age, and then using that money to pay for premiums, or taking something out of their assets and moving it just from one asset class and putting it into an insurance asset class and letting it grow that way. So there's different ways you could skin the cat doing this without feeling the pain that people don't want to feel every month of having another premium payment.
All right, so I got for you another question. I feel like this is the conversation of the haves versus the have-nots again. The haves, I have an annuity, I've got CD, I've got a bulk of money, I've got a multi-million-dollar life insurance policy that I can zhuzh around.
Right.
People that don't have that kind of money, people that are living paycheck to paycheck, how do they prepare for later in life? Because they're trying to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, savings is a hard thing these days, obviously, the way the economy is. So it's either they have to rely on Medicare to a certain point and the Medicare Advantage plans. So understanding those two things will help you get through the medical side. And then understanding and planning enough where Medicaid, which was always taboo, you didn't want to talk about it, was a bad thing. But I got to tell you, the numbers show that there's a lot of middle class people that are using Medicaid if the planning is done correctly. So if the planning is done, whether you have a little bit or a lot, Medicaid can be something that people can use along with Medicare. And between the two of them, you can have a lot of coverage.
Because even if you have a lot of money put away and you live a very long life, but if you get sick at a certain age and you've got 20, 30 years left of your life and your spouse's life, you're going to go through that money, as you say, like Rancho Richmond.
Well, the funny thing about this is that you have the haves and the have-nots. Well, today you have the opportunity to have a have. You got the information.
Yeah.
And if you don't use the information and something happens, it's on you. Accountability counts for something, right?
But the Medicaid option is a tremendous option.
Yeah, and the people, again, don't understand it. They're coming from different states. We have different rules down here that we can move money around and not actually have to spend every last dime before Medicaid kicks in.
And I'd also like to educate people on there's a stigma to Medicaid. There is no stigma when it comes to health care, when it comes to your life and
That's
quality
just lack
of
of
care.
education.
That's why it's important
about-
that we have to re-educate.
It's about making the wrong move. I remember my father always saying, you know what, forget about it. Forget about it, because he didn't understand. And that's how you get out of anything that you don't understand. You say, forget about it.
It'll be fine, right?
This is going to help you. Forget about it. I don't understand it. And that's the problem. You have all these answers. You have decisions to make. Again, from 60 to 65, even though I make fun of it. And if you don't make these decisions, it's going to hurt you a whole lot, man. So forget about it. It's not a solution.
Forget about it is not a solution.
I'm going to do the forget about it campaign.
You can't bury your head. And unfortunately, a lot of seniors that I talk to who are in their 80s or 90s, and we try and talk about planning and how to protect what they have that they've worked so hard their whole life for, they don't want to give up their money to their adult children.
That's true.
Before they pass away. They said, no, they'll get it when I die.
My father did that too.
But unfortunately, that means you're going to spend it all on care and your health, because there's no other way around it. You have to move the money to be able to qualify for these benefits that I'm talking about.
And it's tough after they leave to get that money out of the banks. It's a mess, man. It ain't easy. No. It ain't easy. And if you don't believe me, come and live my life for a day. See if you could take the pressure.
Now, do you also find that you have a problem with some of the seniors at a certain age because they're like, well, you know, I'm not going on Medicaid because, you know, that was for people that were poor or didn't work because they felt as though they worked their whole life.
Right.
You know, because we're fighting with not fighting with, but we're dealing with my father-in-law. He's 83 years old and he's not in good health. And we're like, you just got to fill out the paperwork. He's like, well, they want to know all this information. And we're like, Dad, you don't have anything. It's okay. You know, we just it's just paperwork, but we need Medicaid to step in. He's still up north. We're down here, and we're trying to explain we need somebody to come in to help you while nobody's there, you know, and he just feels as though, no, that was not for working people. He worked his whole life, but that's
My
not.
father did the same thing.
You know, you paid your taxes, exactly.
Yeah.
You paid into this. You actually paid for it.
I had to bring somebody in to do this for my father, and he's talking to me on the phone, FaceTiming. She put FaceTime. As he's eating her food, screaming at me. She's killing me. She's poisoning me. And he's eating the food. And I don't want this. And he's eating the food. Because if he didn't eat that, he wasn't going to eat anything. I said, Dad, just calm down. Then you got to play the, okay, Dad, you're right game.
Yes.
Right? Like I took away his keys because he drove his truck off a cliff.
We had to do that too.
On top of
So
your
I said to him,
Right.
Dad, do you want to drive me around again? And he gave me the keys. He says, no, I think it's time. So it's all of these games that you have to play with the seniors. I had a senior scream at me for 45 minutes. And I just sat there and I took the abuse. And then at the end, I got a sandwich with the guy. He says, well, maybe I should listen.
But think about seniors who don't have an advocate. They don't have a son or a daughter.
They don't have.
Or someone.
Yeah, even if they do. I mean, this happened even with my own parents, and it happens all the time. And this is my first conversation with a family, is I want to talk to the adult children. Whoever has power of attorney that can make some decisions. I start there, and I say, let's have the conversation first. No cost, no obligation. Let's talk about it, because if you have your mom or dad here with us, they're going to shoot everything down because they're not going to understand. They don't understand what $1's worth anymore. They don't understand how expensive this is going to get. So that's kind of where I start the conversation. But the other obstacle I got to get through is, like myself, when I talk to my parents about this, they don't believe me. Not that they don't trust me, they don't believe me. But if I bring in somebody else, they'll believe that person. And that person will say the same thing. So I tell all the families,
Yeah.
let me come and speak to the family,
Sure.
to mom or dad, because I'm harmless.
Can you
know?
help people in another state? Like, can you help Christine's father-in-law?
Only if they move here.
Okay.
So I have family that have family members down here, and I say, well, if you can move your mom down here, put them into, either have them at home, and we can get this benefit, in assisted living, and even put them in a nursing home if they qualify, we can get that fully paid for. So I do have families that move their loved ones down
Move
here.
them down, Christine.
We tried.
They
We're
won't
trying to
come.
get all our parents down
They
here.
won't come.
Yeah.
He does. He's a tough one.
No, he won't come.
They're
He's
all
like my
tough,
father.
right?
He
Everyone
did the
says
same
they're
thing.
tough.
He went
They're all
down.
tough.
He went
Yeah.
down Main Street with his truck, and he kind of sideswiped every car going down the street. And then he's like, "I guess maybe I shouldn't drive anymore." And we were like, "No, you can't drive anymore." Yeah.
They're all tough. Paul, how do people get in touch with you?
My cell phone is my best number, 954-540-6609. My email address is paulsolomonpa@gmail.com, or you can go to luhuadvisors.com.
You have so much information. It is just, it's remarkable to me.
And I want to just offer out to everybody too, which I haven't said in the past, it's a free consultation. So use me, abuse me. The educational part I love. I mean, there's just not enough correct information out there that I love to give. So I will talk to you a half hour for an hour on the phone. Just call me. Reach out to me, and then let's see where either I could help you or at least I'll direct you in the right direction.
Well, anyone I send my family to, including you, Andres, I'm going to sign a blanket disclaimer. I am not responsible for the actions of those family members that I send forward.
But
Everybody says that.
Yeah, but how parents,
Please.
they love it. They end up using it. They love it when they understand it and everything else. They love it. So keep doing it.
But it's not, it's the age, it's the demographic of
Yes.
what it is. And everyone, they've gotten to this ripe old age by being who they are not going to change. All we can do is help share the information and educate.
Absolutely.
Chrissy, how do people reach you?
215-622-4236 or fitbychristine@gmail.com.
And I love what you're offering also, and then how you phase them into, Paul, what you're doing.
Yes.
So it's a great synergy.
I don't charge for my services either. I get paid direct from the carriers in that fashion. So when you come
Nobody's
to me,
getting paid.
well, we do.
I
We,
get
we
paid.
make our
They
money,
get paid
but
just through
but
an
I don't
That's
charge
what I
my
said.
clients.
So then there's no reason for them not to call you.
It's
Correct.
free.
Information.
It's free to talk.
No excuses.
Just through
Right?
another
No more.
source.
Oh, I got some breaking news. OMG, we're going to put his link on the Brooklyn Cafe
These are
website.
unbelievable.
And we're going to be pushing out so you can order stuff, all of the arrangements from our website, make life easier. And he will take any state.
Wow.
Doesn't matter what state you're in. So if you're watching me in California and everywhere else, you go to our website, we put the link up, you can order flowers, arrangements, or anything else that you need. And he will make sure that it's taken care of.
I got to tell you, these blue roses, blue orchids, they are.
It got to be, I mean,
unbelievable.
we've known you, what, 5 years, 4 years? I got to tell you, every time I see you, take that bar to another height. This, tremendous.
It is great to
Website
have you
is
omgflowerboutique.com.
omgflowerboutique.com, and it's going to be on the Brooklyn Cafe as well.
Awesome.
And he's even willing to talk about Boca, so you got to get in touch with Boca Magazine, Reba.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe. More things coming to educate. Tomorrow we are going to be live on location at Space of Mind doing a Shark Tank judging with the kids. Friday back on location. You'll be able to see us at the Doral as we do the Anti-Aging Medicine Conference, talking about health supplements and being proactive on hormone replacement therapy and gut health. Hold on for you. I kind of want to sit in on the conferences. I'm such a geek, I know, but that sounds
There's
fascinating
something
to me.
wrong with you. No, I'm only kidding. Of
So I
course,
get to
conferences
interview
are-
500 researchers, so that's all good too.
And
Have a great day.
It's going to be a fun time.
We'll see you on the other side.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can pick in every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart